Mira a ver, porque si lo usó el core, no, 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 no. Déjalo ahí.
Yo no necesito nada con esta mierda.
Guys, it's KG4OXL, and we are live on YouTube.
Oh, what do we got going on there in the background, man? Is that a smoking scan over there?
Yes, sir. He's covering an Independence police officer and a process server that got shot and killed, and two officers hurt.
What we've got here is failure to procrastinate. That's why we're going to start on time today. 1 minute till net time.
Oye, apareció Pedrito.
Oh, look at that! I see CLT on there. All right, cool, cool. Our man who's somewhere who knows where. All right. So let's go ahead and get started, folks. CQ. Welcome to the South Florida Latin Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net. I am Robert, W4THM, and I will be your net control for the evening. This is a directed net, which means all traffic should go through net control. We accept check-ins in English and Espanol. As part of our weekly net, we're also incorporating a trader's net. So if you have anything for sale, any radio equipment for sale, or anything you're looking for, please let us know at the time that you check in. We're taking check-ins via RF on the Yaesu Fusion on 443.300. We're taking check-ins on Zello, and we are taking check-ins via YouTube. If you go to YouTube and you search for KG4OXO, that's Jamie's call sign, go to his channel, go to the live stream, and you can connect on there, and the chat is open. You can check in via YouTube chat. We do have a couple of things to cover tonight with you guys, so please stick around. Don't disappear on us. So we're going to start off with check-ins over on the RF side. So if there's any check-ins over on the RF side, please give your name, call sign, and let us know if you have any traffic. Check-ins on the RF side, please come down. All right, with nothing heard on the RF side, I'll come back over to the RF side and see if we have any check-ins on there. But I'm going to jump straight over to W1CLT because I see you out there. CLT, if you could stick around for the net, that would be much appreciated. But if you want to go ahead and check in now, and if you got to go, we understand.
Good evening, Net Control. This is Whiskey 1, Charlie Lima Tango, coming to you live from the Southern Caribbean area of the ocean here. I will be able to stick around for the net for a little while, not much. Don't know how far I can stick it through, but I will do my best. No traffic, nothing to do, all well. Hope all is well there too. And you're sounding very professional today in the net opening, sir. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. By the way, did you check your, well, you know you're on vacation. I don't know if you've checked your texts, if your phone is even receiving texts out there. Have you checked your texts?
Yes, sir. I saw the text that you sent earlier today about the meeting and the areas of discussion that will be made and the necessary volunteers. I did see.
All right, you're cut off there, but I believe you cut off right at the end. So, okay, good. All right, you got that. Okay. So, now we got him in there. Bullet, are you still here? You haven't fallen asleep on us. Bullet, you gonna check in? You got anything for the net? He already fell over. My God. Okay. All right, let's move on down the road here. Jamie, did you see the text I sent out? Yes or no? We're going to discuss that in a minute. And do you have anything for the net?
I saw the text. Yes, I'm interested in something of that. And no, nothing new for the net, man. Use my regular, my usual.
All right, going down the list here. Pedrito, Pedrito, are you there? Come on in.
K4 YKK. No traffic, nothing to trade.
Anything exciting in the land of carpentry or power tools?
Well, I just bought me a new Trexel that I get on Saturday.
Oh, you'll have to tell us about that experience once you get it, man. See how well that works out. I know you've been talking about getting one of those for a while. All right, let's break off with Pedrito ZMI. Fruto. Fruto, are you there?
Good evening, everybody. KA4 Zulu, my India, no traffic.
All right, Fruto. Thanks for checking in. We'll go ahead and take a quick pause here from the Zello side and open it back up to RF and see if there's anybody on the RF side that wants to come in. On the RF side, please come now. All right, nothing heard on that side, so we'll come back and give it another shot in a little while. Arenza, our correspondent in Alaska. Are you there? Pick it up.
Sorry, Net Control. W1CLT, of course, got a phone call and it dropped me off. But we'll get back to that, I guess. I did get the email, though, or the text.
Okay, all right, I got you. All right, KK4RYG Arenza, are you there?
I am here. Sorry about the quick transmission. I was checking to see if my I/O was working, input output. And I noticed that I didn't hear most of the conversation. I was trying to figure out why not. Hi everybody, this is Kilo Kilo 4 Romeo Yankee Golf. Arenza is the name. The time up here is currently 3:38 p.m. in the evening, which is 7:38 p.m. there in Miami, Fort Lauderdale. I hope that all of you guys are doing fine. I'm still on the grind, still trying to work on my amateur radio material, extra license, and my Morse code plans. I do plan to get a burner, a bencher. So yep, did you guys hear me? Over.
Yeah, we lost you at the part where you said you planned on getting a burner. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with your business endeavors, but okay.
Yeah, I meant bencher, Morse code.
Oh, a bencher key. Okay, yeah. Well, they're not the only thing out there, but they're one of the good ones. But hey, man, find the local old fart ham radio guy and see if he's got any Morse code keys, and try them out. See what works best for you. All right, man. I appreciate you checking in. Let's keep going down the list here. Cam4 OVZ, Joseph, and Bama Bama. Are you there?
Estoy por aquí, perdona.
Is it for me too late to ¿cómo se llama? Register?
Yes, Bullet. We got you checked in, Bullet. We got you checked in. Thank you for showing up. 55 HE4JH. Go ahead and pick it up. Got anything for the net?
Ay, ay, Dios mío. Oh, no, bro. Just checking in. No traffic, nothing to sell, nothing to buy. Just a big hug to everybody to be on the net. And good job, though. Take it easy. I'll be here. Take it.
All right, man. Thank you for being there, 55. Jamie, we got Johnny checked in early because he had some family issues going on. So add Johnny on there on the list. Let's keep going on the list here. Cinnamon Man, CNM, Jeff, got anything for the net tonight?
Kilo Golf for Charlie, November Mike. Nope, nothing for the net at this time.
Hey, anything cool going on at the arcade? Jeff is involved with Arcade Odyssey. If you're into any of the old school arcade type games, the actual stand in front of a type arcade games, we have a very cool arcade here called Arcade Odyssey that is chock full of 100% operational video games, everything from some of the latest stuff to the stuff that we saw when we were little kids. And machines. Anything cool going on?
I'm not sure what happened with your audio toward the end there. I don't know if that's on my side or your side, but anything cool? I don't know. There's always new stuff. Then there's stuff in warehouses that nobody will see probably for a long time until we get space. But yep, and you forgot to mention pinball.
Oh, I've been to the worst the Warehouse of Horrors. There's actually video games out there, people that are banned because they can hurt you physically. And the guy who runs Arcade Odyssey collects all that weird stuff. So those are naturally not available to the public, but there's some cool stuff. And they got a ton of pinball machines over there too. All right, Jeff. Thanks for checking in. I think we got everybody here covered with the exception of Ruben. Ruben, if you're there, give us an update on what's going on with the whole interconnectivity of the D-Star and these other networks that you've been talking about. Uh-oh, I think Ruben must be caught up on house duties. If somebody could please send him a text, tell him, hey, get on the net. While we wait for him to show up, two things I wanted to bring up to you guys. The first one, Today, I was having a conversation with Ryan. Ryan's our ARRL representative for the area regarding where does somebody go to find out about nets. You know, all these different groups are doing nets. The Dade Radio Club does nets. New Horizons, South Dade GMRS, we run nets. Everybody runs nets. But if I just got a ham license or I just got a GMRS license, I don't know where the hell anybody is at. So I asked Ryan about this, and he mentioned that, the ARRL has that information. So we go look, and yeah, they do, but there was nothing listed for VHF or UHF, which led me to, coming up with an idea. Why don't we have a common place where all of the nets are listed? And I just came up with a name just off the top of my head, FloridaRadioNets.com. Why? Because if you just got your ham license or you just got a GMRS license and you had heard what the heck a net is, chances are you're going to Google some combination of the word Florida, radio, and net. So I talked to Julio from the Dade Radio Club about it, because I know he does a lot of web stuff and all that. And man, he took off and ran with it, and he already registered the domain, and he's already working on it. So the idea is going to be that you go to FloridaRadioNets.com, and it'll be sorted, hopefully, based on what we had talked about. It'll have a drop down where you click on what county you are in, and then you're going to be presented with all of the nets that originate in that county, what time, what day, and also a link to that radio club. And we're hoping that this will take off. Once it's up and running, we'll pitch it to all the radio clubs around the state, and hopefully they'll chime in and make a presence there, because we kind of take certain information for granted. But if you're a newcomer,
I'm here, KN4HYG.
all right, hold on, Ruben, hold on, I'll get with you in a second. So with the Florida Radio Net thing, hopefully it'll be something that just simply by you going on Google and looking for Florida Amateur Radio Net, Florida GMRS Radio Net, it's going to hit there. And you'll have a list presented to you of all of the nets that are available. So they're already working on it. Maybe within the next week or two, we should have something up. So keep an eye out for that. So before I go to the second topic, Ruben, come on in and fill us in on what's going on with, excuse me, D-Star and this whole thing that you were explaining to me about the room numbers and everything else. We're going to be updating the connectivity information in the very near future. But fill us in. What's going on, Ruben?
Okay. Yes, as I mentioned it to you today, we are still working on something on D-Star. The repeater are functional right now, and the gateway for the repeater, so any user can do connections. But in the future, we will be updating how to use it, how to connect to reflector, other things. And this channel, we have the fusion will be permanently linked with a with a reflector that can be used with any radio. So we're still working. There is a lot of information. We have people that are not working, are those not belong to this group in particular, but they are working with me doing a lot of things with those reflector. Basically, you can have any radio and DMR, JC Fusion, D-Star, and you just look for that reflector and you just can talk to us on that network. It just not will be your JC Fusion or D-Star. We will be on every platform, but that has a lot of work programming, so I got another guy that is helping me. As soon as we have everything, we will provide the information for anyone that like to connect via hotspot or directly to the repeaters.
All right, Ruben, thank you for the information. And that leads perfectly into the next topic. So, some of you have asked about, hey, when are we going to make this official? When are we going to get a club call sign? Okay, so in order to have a club call sign, the club needs to be official. In order for the club to be official, there's two ways to go about it. One is get a club together and make it an ARRL affiliated club. But the other way doesn't require you doing that, but we still have to have everything official as far as, not as like having tax paperwork and so forth, but we need to have an official club with bylaws, with a president, a vice president, treasurer, secretary. We need those things. And we also need a mission statement. Well, we got bylaws. We've had bylaws since day one. They're on the website if you're curious to see what they are. Go to sflarc.org and you will see the bylaws there for the club. So you can go on there and take a look at the bylaws. But we do not have officers. And we need the officers also, because once we make the club official, then we can get a club call sign. And once we get a club call sign, then Ruben can put the club call sign on the repeaters also. Alain is not with us right now because he's in class, but hopefully Alain is going to take up being the custodian of the club call because he has an extra class. I don't know if there's anybody else with us that has an extra class, just in case things don't pan out with Alain. Maybe he's got too much going on. I don't know. Hopefully that's not a problem. So if there's anybody else here that has an extra class, please text me or something. Let me know. But the other thing is, we need club officers in order to become an official club so we can get a club call sign. So I believe Ruben was going to volunteer for vice president. Everybody step back and leave Ruben standing there right now. All right, I think Ruben's vice president. We still need a treasurer and a secretary. So what's involved in those? Well, the secretary for what we're doing is basically keep track of the minutes of the meeting. And right now, Jamie is essentially doing that by recording all this stuff on YouTube. So the minutes of our meeting are all being recorded automatically. The treasurer, the little bit of money that we are going to collect from memberships is not going into a bank account. You don't have to manage a bank account. We're just going to keep a written list of how much we have, and that money will be used to pay for field day. We have winter field day, we have summer field day. So the money that we collect from the memberships will be turned around and spent on paying for the field day location. That's about as much math as you got to do. But we still need voluntarios. So I need a voluntario for the treasurer, and I need one for the secretary. So I don't know, is there anybody here that cares to be a voluntario? Please come now.
KAG4 XL Friday. I was gonna volunteer for treasurer, but I guess that's right. Since I already do the YouTube, I can get the minutes from it. I will type as I go also. Sorry.
Nah, man.
All right, sorry about that. I dropped. Yeah, I guess it makes sense since I do the YouTube that I become the secretary. I volunteer for secretary then.
Yeah, really, it makes the most sense because you're already running that and it's already doing it. If there's any way to pull those recordings to an alternative place, that would be great. Just in case, you know, something happens with YouTube or whatever, at least we have the recordings. I'm sure that shouldn't be a problem. I know you're techie. So we still need a treasure. Once we have a treasure, then I can go ahead and move forward with the other stuff, and we could probably get the whole thing of the club call sign in motion this weekend.
I promote Pedrito for treasure.
I have a question. This is KK4RYG.
Go ahead.
I was wondering if, oh boy, hang on one second, guys. I'm interested in going out all official, instead of the secondary option. It was something that you said before about the choices we had to become an official party. I'm all about being recognized by the ARRL, so I'm for it. I wish I had my extra license now. I'd love to be one of those guys. So, but I'm definitely going to be a member, so you can count me in. This is KK4RYG. I had another question for you, but it slipped my mind, and that's partly because I'm still working.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping us from becoming an ARRL affiliated club after the fact. It's just for right now, to get the ball rolling, we could take, you know, the second route, get it done with. That way we can get a club call, and that way Ruben could put the club call sign on the repeaters. Because the biggest problem is the D-Star repeaters require intensive programming. So in order to try to cut down on the repetitive work, it makes sense to do this now. Now, once we do this though, all we need to do is have 51% of the membership have an ARRL membership, and then we could become an ARRL affiliated club. What does that get us? We'll be listed on the ARRL website. We could take advantage of some of their resources. You know, there are some benefits to it, but it's not required for our existence. But that's something that could be done after the fact. Right now, we just need to get this whole club call sign thing going. So that's why we're taking this route first. But we could definitely do the other one. I mean, there are benefits to it. It's just, do we have enough people that want to get an ARL membership? That's what matters. So I still need a treasurer. I need a voluntario for the treasure.
Damn, no voluntary. I promote Pedrito for treasure.
Okay, I will second 55 because if Pedro doesn't say nothing, it's because maybe he agrees. So, or what about Cafecito? Pero we got Pedrito here.
Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, I was gonna say the same. I checked with CLT. He might not mind.
I nominate myself for treasurer. So if there's any objection, I understand. I mean, I'm in Alaska, but if that's something I could do to help you guys out, just let me know. Oh, and also on the YouTube, if it's on YouTube, you can convert that to an MP3 file, and you'll have a recording.
Lorenzo, we'd love to have you on board, but you're a little bit too far to get the cash too. Yeah, CCLT dropped out. He is on a cruise ship, so who knows? All right, so let me picture this. Esther, my wife, she's a ham, and she did treasurer before for DRC. So this is nothing compared to that. I mean, the only money that we're gonna have is the dues, and actually, I'm gonna be working with Ryan on automating that process. So you could actually go online, fill out the application, and pay the dues online. And this is if you want to do that. And it also keeps track of the membership and tells us who's a member and who isn't. It keeps track of all that. We have a way to do that. But if CLT turns it down, I could ask and see if Esther wants to do it. But whatever the decision is, I'd like to have something. I'd like to have somebody in the position by tomorrow. You're not going to be doing anything because we're not doing anything like that yet, but we need to have people who have stepped up and agreed to doing it so we can move forward with the rest of the paperwork. So does anybody have any objection to that?
It's fine by me. QSL.
I hear you, Robert. Give me her call sign for now until we confirm with CLT.
Oh, man. All right, hold on. Let me go pedestrian portable here and ask her. Oh, angry dogs.
Como están los chihuahuas que tiene por allá, the ankle biters.
All right, KI for OTX. KI for OTX. So we'll see if CLT wants to head it up. If CLT can head it up, great. If he can't, then we'll have Esther handling it. So this way we can move forward with getting the club call sign. So Ruben, you're okay with vice president, correct?
Okay, and for HYU, I'm okay. This is making everything possible for me. Getting the thing for the repeat, especially for the D-Star, which is the pain in the beat. Programming that thing, I think these people will kill me when I say to reprogram or change the call sign because it take a lot of time. So whatever it make everything is possible, I'm okay. And seems to be that, yeah, this is another thing, so I'm okay.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna run with that. So the current slate will be I'm club president, Ruben is vice president, Jamie is secretary, and treasurer. Hopefully CLT is gonna take it up and go with it. If not, backup plan is CAD4 OTX. If you're interested in finding out, reading the bylaws, so forth, just go to the club website, sflarc.org. Go to the tab that says Discover Radio. And on there it says Contact, Join, About. That's going to take you to another little menu. And right there you will see bylaws. And, you know, if you're interested, you can go ahead and read them. I have to update the date on there. But The game plan is, since we're becoming official now, once everything is done and the club is official to get the call sign, then from that point, the clock will start then. And a year from that point, we shall have elections. And that way, if you guys think I'm full of crap and you want to vote Cutter in for president, you can go ahead and do that, or whatever it is you guys want to do. It's fine. But the bylaws are there. I urge everybody to please read through them and make sure that everything looks good. I think I've done a pretty thorough job of creating them to make sure that we don't end up with anything that we don't want. But I urge all you guys to go ahead and look through them and see if there's anything that particularly sticks out as, hey, this don't look right or something. I don't think there's going to be a problem, but please, by all means, do that. I'm open to suggestions while we can still freely do things. Because once everything is official, at that point, we're supposed to vote on everything and blah, 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 blah. All right? So that's where we're at. Does anybody have anything for the net? All right, nothing for the net. And one last holler. Anybody out there in RF land that wants to check in before we close the net? Anybody in RF land? This is your last chance. Please come now. All right, nothing heard. So with that, let's go ahead and bring it to a close. This is W4THM closing the February 29th, 2024 edition of the South Florida Latin Amateur Radio Club Net. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Thank you, Jamie, for running the YouTube site. And thank you to Ruben for dealing with all the D-Star headaches. I now return the repeater to its normal amateur abuse.